B-O-A-B, baby, we're bums.
Alright, we just got hit by the cold front. Our neighbors they slipped, but they seem to have grabbed when the wind switched directions. They went about a few hundred yards. I'm gonna tie this off real quick. He's banging pretty hard.
Joel is going to brave the storm. He has to go into town, very important.
I gotta make a few last second purchases and upload the episode. Small craft advisory, I'm gonna go out there in a dinghy. Not bad compared to last night. Last night was like suicide. Not like it was coming back in earlier.
Yesterday we had a little problem with our dinghy motor, and Stan and Chris have been so kind to help us and let us spend the night and help us this morning with our motor. There's Jolie Polly working on it. We're gonna get her running right.
Oh, just a little guy.
When you release the choke linkage, you push back on this, and the linkage comes out this way. So now that takes care of the choke lever, so you don't have to worry about it. The throttle lever here, as you change the throttle, you'll see this moves it. This is the only one. You're gonna have to take the screw out here so this comes off.
Okay.
Now the carburetor is held on. Should be two.
By these in the
Yeah,
front
these
here?
two in the
These
front.
2 bolts.
Those 2 bolts, and it comes straight out the front.
Everything will come off. Okay. Carburetor. Wish us luck.
Now, on the bottom here is the bowl. Take the 4 screws out, drop the whole bowl down. Let's see what it looks like inside there.
Okay.
When the float moves up and down, it opens that little valve seat right there. If that's sticking, that little needle in there, if it's sticking and not coming down with the float,
Not the problem.
that little thing there, if it's not falling, you
Oh,
turn
that little.
right there in the middle, that little ball, that's what causes it to fuel starve out. So the first thing we're going to do, take this screw out, we'll pull the float loose and see if that's sticking in there. And she's pretty clean down in there. Alright, now, there's only a few things that are left in the carburetor that can clog up. Underneath here is a set of jets, so pop these 2 off. We're going to leave this off for right now, set this right with this one so you know where everything goes back together. Run it all the way to the bottom and see if it's in 2.5 turns, so when you set it again after you take it out, you bring it out 2.5 turns.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you got little spots in there and little reed valves, depending on how it's together. When you pull it out, there's little valves here. And you see if you look, and all you're doing is looking to see if there's any crystals or any granules, and then when you flip it over the other side, same thing. Do you see anything in there? Any problems? So lay a couple paper towels there, pour a little bit of alcohol right over top of it. Put this underneath you, hold it in your hand, and take the alcohol, wash it off a little bit with the alcohol. So you pour it right into the bowl of the carburetor there, and yep, pour it right in. And you see how these little covers come off? That's the access to your bottom of your jets. The little cover plate that we took off from up here, and they're dimpled in, so you can't really mistake them. What you want to do is pour a little alcohol down there and watch it run out the other side. Oops. Okay. Notice how it's dripping through, and that'll kind of flush those channels out just from the alcohol running out the holes. See how fine that little needle valve is?
Uh-huh.
If that clogs up down in that little jet, and that jet comes out here, that goes in here and comes up at that point, there's a little passage right there. One of these other jets come in, allows a certain amount of fuel to come in. All it takes is plug in that little bitty hole right there, will cause it to starve the fuel. Now everybody goes, well, how do you clean those? Usually use compressed air. I don't like doing that because sometimes you blow the seals out inside. The easier bet, stick this down in here.
Flush it all in alcohol.
So you have all the gaskets off basically right now?
Well, the alcohol is not going to hurt the one that's left. It'll pop loose eventually. But it's this one down here that'll pop loose. So you're going to want to do this.
You showing that?
Yes, I am.
Pretty cool.
Alcohol is a universal solvent. It's designed to dissolve things, you know, and dissolve some of the salt crystals and any of the stuff that's kind of plugging. You're hoping this blows it through. If you had compressed air, you could do the same thing by blowing it through with compressed air. But again, sitting in the middle of the bay someplace, you usually have alcohol to clean your ears or wiping off things, but you don't have the tank of compressed air without blowing it into next week. So about 20 minutes of shaking it like that, dissolve everything up in there. So again, just laying it right over top of it. Pretty much they should self-thread in with the fingers. It only fits one way. Like I said, everything's designed to fit one direction. Whatever you do, don't drop it overboard.
Yeah! We got a dinghy again!
Well, ran out of gas on the way out here, a little over halfway. We fought and battled with broken paddles, and
we made it.
made it to the boat. And Jill's checking out our food and seeing how she managed. It was kind of just getting crazy. We made it, Jillsy.
God.
Oh. So yeah, you heard this, the outboard putter brop shut off, and we were already a good ways out here. And so I started trying to paddle. Jill was trying to get out of my way, and I was struggling and making a little bit of ground after probably a half hour. Jill's like, "Let me help."
You're
And
dying.
one of the paddles was broken, so it actually worked out well.
The bread's not too bad.
Not bad.
Considering what we put
What's all
through.
over it though? What's the soggy stuff?
Egg.
Oh.
Oh. Shit.
Oh no.
Are they all cracked?
A couple.
I'll take them out. Oh shit.
1, 2, 3, 4. Couple eggs, but we saved. There's a few good ones.
Well, we were gonna have a mixed salad tonight.
Well, the
but
salad's not. I mean,
no, it's just flattened.
flattened. What happened to the tomato?
Oh no, it didn't make it. First thing to notice, who's at the helm? Who's driving the boat?
Oh my gosh, it's a ghost. It started off getting up at 4:30 this morning, and we had to load up our dinghy. We had a time there, we were just getting out. By the time the sun was starting to crest, we got out. And then...
Pulling the anchor was tough.
Yeah, it was.
When we turned the GPS on, it wasn't reading
Nothing.
our location. It was useless. And that was right when we took off. So Jill was stuck at the helm. I'm digging around trying to figure out, what about Stan? And I call and say, Stan, my GPS is turning on, but it's not reading anything. I got nothing. What's going on? He said, bad connection. You probably got corrosion on the wires. I get alcohol, a napkin, I'm rubbing it off. And then I get a wire brush, start trying to brush it off. Plug it in, nothing, no power. I call Stan, what happened? I said, I used a wire brush, but is that a bad move? He's like, well, you probably blew a fuse.
Sure
Okay,
enough.
Sure enough, I dig down, find the fuse, it's blown, I replace the fuse. So I cleaned that out really well. Stan is the man. It was a bad connection. We just had to clean up our connectors there. Rubbing alcohol worked. Boom, we came online. We're way behind schedule, but
We're doing it.
then you just put a line around here and pull it to the main, or pull it to the boom, sorry.
The history of the world, and we're making it a lot better than even that. Before we begin, I want to address the terrorist attack that took place yesterday in New York City.
Trump, I hate you. There's another reason not to like you. I want to die out here.
Be careful what you wish for.
Well, not anytime soon, but I want to wake up to this and I want to die to this.
All right.
We got 20 to 30 knot winds out of the north. It's not ideal. I mean, it's not gonna be, it's gonna be a little wild, I think, but it's sailing weather. We just failed 15 to 20 knot winds, and it was gusting upwards to 30, which I felt like we could manage. When we got out of the protection, the waves got pretty big. We tried tacking a few times, and we were making no ground at all. Wind was directly into our face, so if I took the sails down and powered into it, we wouldn't even do 1 knot, and the waves were just bobbing us around. Been out here for 3 hours. We're going right back to where we started to drop anchor and let this blow through. Well, there's always a shining moment. We decided to go to Marathon today. We're not gonna make any of the scheduled arrivals that we had hoped for. We were too busy fighting with sails and wind and overheating engines and what have you to turn the camera on. Right here, that was our track yesterday. We came out, it was 20 gusting upwards of 30, and we were trying to tack our way into a northeast wind, predominantly east. It was coming directly into our face. Probably for the last 3 hours, it's just been crab pod dodge game. You just dodge the crab pods, that's what you do. That's what we've been doing. Oh, another crab pod. Just hit 10 degrees, 10 degrees. See the nose move, and I think we'll just miss that one.
Entering. I screwed this one up, Joel, sorry. You probably have to come right in here. No.
Bumps on the boat. B-O-A-B, baby, we're B-O-A-B, baby, we're B-O-A-B, baby, we're bumps.
These are the tales of Moab.